Solo.
Hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We're going back to the land of Atlantis, which is a much friendlier place for me than the high seas were yesterday. So I'm excited to be back in the world of Mage Knight. If for those of you who do not tune in for my Nemo's War playthrough, or have not had the pleasure to watch it after the fact, I don't think I've been that frustrated on camera ever. Really frustrated yesterday. I was so frustrated that I literally took a break on the video just because I needed to take a break. I needed to take stock of my life and my life choices and decide what is going on. Yeah, that was a very taxing game of Nemo's War, and that game has some amazing things that it does and some things that are like some really awesome comments about that game. So I definitely, if you're into Nemo's War at all or interested, some really cool threads with Philip Schrank and Eric. Trying to think who else made some comments that I thought were really interesting and kind of on point. And I give a lot of thoughts about that game. That game is still in the collection. It did not hit the sell pile after that video as much as it might have seemed like that was what was going to happen. I will definitely revisit it probably sooner rather than later to get the bad taste out of my mouth, hopefully, or to get it further solidified. But there's a couple more things I want to do with that game. I'm not done exploring it, unlike Imperium or other games that I have parted with in recent months. So, yeah, so that was fun, but this is going to be more fun. I mean, that was fun in a different way. That was interesting. This is fun. So we're going to go to the Hidden Valley. Again, I don't like this as much as the Realm of the Dead, but it's still a pretty solid scenario. I do think it's weird to triple the cost of exploration, but then totally cheese it. It's a very weird design choice. I don't think that was really thought out. If you're going to make exploration harder, then keep it hard. Otherwise, it's actually probably net easier in this scenario than in any other scenario, because it's like, hey, you kill a rampaging enemy and look, you explore, and I'm like, what? And you get a relic? Like, some of that feels broken to me as you're playing it, but I'm like, okay, fine, you just made me memorize a whole bunch of rules for no reason. But excited to do it with Wolfhawk in case I do need to do that triple exploration. Also, for exploring, you could also spend influence as points for exploration, which is also weird. I don't know. It's just it's almost like they were like, we're gonna do triple exploration, and they found it too hard, so then they made it like really easy. I don't know. It's a goofy thing. So lots of comments I want to get to. First comment was from Saget telling me, bragging, I don't know, doing a little look at me Louie-ness about his big solo conquest blitz win at level 18. I have no interest in trying that anytime soon, but that's super cool. So he did it on the second try, so that's great. Madi says, I was visiting my brother for our New Year. I don't think I can make it. I have to watch it later and see you struggling with the names of Centaur and Minotaur. I mean, no doubt that is going to happen. And I definitely had to Google, it was like New Year in March, because I know there's like a lot of New Year's. This one is new to me, so happy Nowruz, I think, if I'm saying that right. And thank you for stopping in for the chat at all, with a little bit of a good luck. Warlord Drake says, yo! Another example of Mage Knight struggles, a series of Greg's misadventures and unfortunate events. Chapter 5, Centaurs and Minotaurs from from Dursu. Yes, sir. Jake, hey, Greg, good luck at Mage Knight Land, my friend. Thank you, sir. And Criminal Chili says, let's go. What makes the chili criminal? I'm super curious. Edgar Corchado says, hi, I'm pretty new to your channel, and I'm also new to Mage Knight, and I've learned a lot from your videos. Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you for the comment. So I hope I hope you learned only the good things and none of the bad, because there are a lot of bad. So hopefully you're learning more from like Saget and the other experts, and Madi, who unfortunately won't be here to correct the inevitable mistake that I'm about to make until he says, "No, Greg, you can't do that." And I'll be like, "Thank you." I mean, Dersu's also here. Again, I'd be nothing without my team of rules hawks watching me go. So we have Wolfhawk. We're going to put out our command token. Again, Wolfhawk has a really nice flexible set of skills that make her very strong with movement. So hopefully that could be used to our advantage. She kids come with the Lost Legion expansion. So we're going to have 16 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Jake with the super chat. Thank you, sir. This is a little motivation for all you do. Play for your supporters like Nemo's War. Dude, that game. I was so mad. Oh, dude, I was cracking up about it too. I mean, my wife, she has me on in the background at times, and she was like, she's like, "I saw you take a break. Were you really just that mad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was really frustrated." Oh, that game, man, that game. It's so good, and then it's just it's funny because I actually like the gameplay a lot. There's nothing about the gameplay I find broken. I just find the balancing of those cards to be so like off in ways that is so incredibly frustrating for me. But that's enough of that. I'm going to roll these mana dice. Let's get the source set up. We got 2 greens, a black, and a white. Again, we do have an extra die in the source, extra unit in the offer, because we're playing here with the Blitz rules. Sages says Team Manticore with a brief check-in. Hello, sir. I mean, taking a break from your level 18 solo Conquest Blitz escapades, I see. That's very cool. I'm trying to figure out a word that I could just call all centaurs, minotaurs, and manticores by one thing, and just like cent minotaurs or something, just to be like, that way I never say it wrong. It's just, that's what they are. They're I struggle. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just call manticores like winged lions, and centaurs angry bulls. No, minotaurs angry bulls, and the centaurs the horse dude. And we'll just give them all nicknames. It's even better. It's like Cthulhu Panda, because I can never remember that thing's name. Trackers and prowlers are the other ones that I can never get right. Hey, so the comment made it through. Nice. Yeah. I always see the comments that are made before the stream. They just don't make it actually onto the final stream itself. But I see it, and then it goes away. It's very strange. It's like disappearing ink. All right, the first units, these are units. We have the Utum Guardsman. We have the Herbalist. Again, we will have an extra one because we're playing by Blitz rules. The Scouts! Saget! They're here, baby. You can pledge your undying love to them. And then we have the Peasants. So some really solid units that could all be recruited in a village, which could indeed help us on our way. Now we have the White City, the Green City. The White City will turn into the Hidden Valley. The Green City is friendly, so we will put a token on it. We will not be the leader, but we can get +1 card draw if we start adjacent to it. All of the rampaging enemies will come from the Elementalist faction enemy tokens. And additionally, the ones that are not placed in setup all have ambush, which again, the last time I did the Hidden Valley was a live stream, and Paul Grogan himself, who designed this scenario or co-designed this scenario with Phil Pettifer, I think is the last name, was like, told me I was doing something wrong, and I was literally just doing the ambush mechanic that he designed. And I know Paul's a busy dude. I just thought that was really funny. All right, rolling that, bam, it's a 3. By the time I saw his comment, he had already like exited stage left, and I was like, I just got incorrectly corrected by the designer. That was pretty awesome. Hi, you can call them Team Saget. I will allow. Jonathan says they are Chimera. Saget says Scouts. Also, hope you did not just call me baby. Probably. I don't know. Everyone's baby. What's up, baby? How you doing? Oh, the old Staten Island comes out of me once in a while, baby. That's funny. Oh, only y'all knew me, if you only knew me then, if I had still had that Staten Island accent I grew up with, you'd all be. It would make this channel so much more interesting. Jonathan's going to have to go back to work and wants an emo stream while wearing my Wolf t-shirt. Oh yeah, dude. That's funny. There should have been more wolves than there were. However many wolves I said during the Emos War, it was not enough, I assure you. Sadges says Paul also reads and plays like 200 to 300 games each year. For real. It's insane, dude. Absolutely insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably gonna push 100 this year. And it's a lot, man. Just learning that many games, there is a spot where you're just like, all right, I'm just losing my ability to learn games like I used to. Like in some ways it gets easier, in some ways it gets harder because you're just learning so many games at once that it can be a little bit of a challenge to kind of keep things straight. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot for me, like what's realistic in the next couple of years with this channel for sure. So all right, I'm gonna have the terrain deck. I should have said this has 5 countryside tiles, which honestly isn't that much. We have 1 core non-city tile, and we have 2 core city tiles. It's the white city, which becomes the hidden valley itself, and then the green city, which indeed, as I said before, is friendly. We're going to put out the starting terrain. We are on a wedge map. That is correct. So we have a keep, which could be good, and then over here we have a rampaging enemy. Remember, the rampaging enemy set at start will not have ambush. It is only the ones that are placed mid-game. I'm going to shuffle up the faction tokens for the Elementalist faction. There are 6 different kinds. Remember, you can turn them in during interaction for 1 fame or 3 influence, or you could use them for their ability. However, you cannot use 2 tokens of the same type on the same turn. I do need to shuffle up the 8 Elementalist faction tokens. Insert my standard gripe about the Shades of Tezla not providing enough enemy tokens. There definitely should be more, in my humble opinion. We are playing at level 7. The recommended level to start this scenario is a level 4, but 7 should be pretty reasonable. The faction leaders do go up to 12. I think I did them at 8 in Life and Death, but Life and Death, remember, you have 2 more rounds to get ready or complete the scenario. So I think Life and Death, it's a little easier to juice them up, so to speak. We're going to shuffle up the spell offer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Why am I counting this? Why is there only 19? 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There should be 20. What? There should be 20, I believe. It definitely should be 20. So I am missing a spell. What spell? Here it is. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Wings of Wind, Wings of Night was in the wrong deck. I don't even know why I counted it. I was just like, I just started counting it and then realized there was one less. That was really freaking weird. Sadness, I should like to say, is left. Thank you. Brian Scotlick. Hello, Brian. Would it be a cup of coffee? Hi, all. Stopping in during lunch. Lois Zax is new to your channel. Can't believe it took me this long to discover Mage Knight. Your videos and streams have helped me so much in understanding all the nuances of this game. Keep it up. Love it. Thank you. That's 2 in 1 day. Look at this. Yeah, Mage Knight is definitely hitting it's straight. It's weird. A stride, I feel like. There's just been a lot more comments I've been seeing on Reddit and stuff like that, where it's like, hey, new to the game, solo board gaming on Reddit, some of the Facebook stuff. So it's been cool to see how this game continues to grow and grow and grow in some really cool ways. And it's funny that because the pandemic wound down, like solo gaming, like board gaming is kind of contracted a little bit. But I mean, even I'm like a moderator for a true solo Arkham group. We've had so many requests for people who are finding that Facebook group in the last few weeks. It really it's crazy. Like there's just a lot more people just finding some of these some of these top solo games for sure. So thank you for the comment, Lois. I do appreciate that. All right, putting out the spell offer. Let's see what happens. We have Burning Shield and Exploding Shield. We have Fireball. Gotta dig that. And we have Restoration. It's restoration. It's Spanish or something like that. I promise. All right, this goes here. Actually, I'm going to keep this pretty tight because I have to fit the dummy player above my ugly mug. All right, this will go there. That's a little washed out. Sorry about that. My lighting is a little off today. So now I'm shuffling up the advanced actions. We have the starting offer is going to be Into the Heat. We have Swift Bolt, and we have Temporal Portal. All excellent, excellent cards. Into the Heat's a little stronger in a 6-round game because you have more units, but it is still fairly excellent. I'm a big fan of Swift Bolt with that range attack 4. Could definitely come in handy, especially because we are not going to be up against fortified sites and that we're not going after cities. So we will have some fortified sites, obviously, but we don't have to worry about city assaults. But obviously, Temporal Portal is, again, another card I'm a big fan of. Gives you that movement potential plus that extra card draw, which can be really, really helpful. I'm shuffling up Bravelar's deck. Bravelar's deck will be the one that we'll use for the dummy player, but it depends on, we don't know who the dummy player will be, but again, you could have 16 cards, 4 colors each. It doesn't matter. We are totally good. Actually, I saw someone build a deck for the Volcare scenarios that had the movement on it. It was just like it was printed just for Volcare scenarios, and it was like it had the movement on it based on the color. It was like super cool. It's a very, very cool idea. I forget where I saw it though. I think it was on Reddit where someone had like actually just made their entire deck, printed off an entire deck just for the Volcare return. I think it was return. It might have been quest. I think the movement's different in the 2 scenarios, but I thought it was pretty cool. All right, shuffling up the artifacts. This is the last deck I'm shuffling, I promise. This will go here. Let me make sure there's 16 cards here. 16 is good. Dummy players to my left, I have Tovak, Krang, Goldix, Normas, Wolfhawk. Arethia. This is Wolfhawk, and the ugly mini itself. We rolled a 2. We're going to get Krang. Ooh, some interesting skills for sure. So I'm going to get Krang out. I'm going to get Krang's turn order token. Get rid of Volcares. We're going to get, well, I'll get one of his shields out for the green city. Because remember, that is friendly. And we will get his card and his skill reference. He's going to start with 3 crystals like they all do. He's got 2 red and a green because Krang loves Christmas. That's a little known fact about his little shaman religion. And yeah, I know it's an interesting thing that he does for sure. Holidays are crazy in the Krang house for sure. And it's it's a very chaotic Christmas. All right, we have Criminal Chili, Clutch Opening, Flip with the Village, Maze, and Keep. Does Greg go spell or artifact? That's an interesting question. Wild Inferno, 1984. Hello there. Just a quick thanks for liking my photos in the Facebook group with the terrain. It makes me want to keep busting out the game. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, some of the things that people do to bling out their game is freaking nice. Really, really nice. When we have Criminal Chili, I played in the entire Volcare's quest scenario last night using Volcare's return movement. It ended up working out anyways, but the realization to clean it was brutal. Yeah, I wonder how much that would change things for sure. Well, especially in yeah, return movement. Yeah, that'd be hard to do. I mean, quest, I mean, he's still getting toward the portal, so, you know, you kind of make it work. But, and then if you're doing the other way, again, as soon as the city's revealed, he's just beelining toward the city. So I definitely need to get back to those Volcare scenarios. It's been a bit. So I'm probably going to do Life and Death next, just to kind of do the trilogy of, you know, the scenarios I like from the Shades of Tezla expansion. And then we'll kind of probably scoot into the Lost Legion stuff. We have to get our initial setup. So we're going to have a green enemy token from the Elementalist faction here. Again, it's placed during setup, so it does not have ambush. And we have the Cloud Griffin, which is super cool. And then we're going to get a keep token here, and then we also have obviously the maze, which could be great with Wolfhawk. It could be good to, if I get influence early, I think I go to the village, I get a unit, I go there, I try to get a spell, and then maybe I hit that keep as well. Remember, there is a keep on the White City tile, and we know the White City tile is in play. We don't know which of the bottom 3 terrains it is, but could be pretty nice. I think trying to get to the Cloud Griffin's not going to make sense, so we will have to spend 6 movement and or influence to explore from there. I just don't want to get lost in this corner. There's not enough going on this tile for me to really care that much about the Cloud Griffin. We're going to draw out of 5 cards. We have a Stamina, a Promise. That's good to get in my hand early. There is a white in the source, so I dig that. A Crystallize, and a March. So decent amount. It's a good first draw. Excuse me. I think I'm going to take planning. I think that makes the most sense, and see what the dummy player takes as far as tactics are concerned. Rolling a die, it's a 2. Dummy player is first. I'm going to pause this real quick so you can have a coughing fit off air. So give me 1 second. And we're back. All right, let's make this happen. So planning, I think what makes the most sense. It's gonna be 5 movement for me to get there, and then I'll draw another card. It's a little action intensive to do what I'm gonna do, but I think that'll be fine. We'll see how fast Krang goes through his deck here. If he pulls a red in the first turn, I might rethink this, but I think I'd rather go there and then make sure I'm saving a movement card. Maybe even use Crystallize. Crystallize. I'm not gonna have the. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using Crystallize. I got to figure out who the heck I'm going to recruit here. So Krang, I think I'm using Crystallize sideways is what I should be saying. So we have Concentration. So we have a green, a blue, and a blue. No more cards come off. So that's fine. My turn. I'm going to spend this with a green and Crystallize sideways. I'm going to move 5. That gets me into the village. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. And planning triggers, I'm going to draw 1 more. That's cool. I'm going to roll that die. It's blue. This goes away. We go back to Krang's turn. Krang's second turn. We get a red. We get a blue and a white. No white crystal. So Krang has gone through the minimum cards in 2 turns. Do I want to pillage? No. I'll pillage after this next turn. That'll be good. So then I'm going to just interact. I'm going to spend the Promise. That's going to be influence 4. Remember, I started +1, and that is enough for the Utum Guardsman. I know Sajid is very sad I did not take the Scouts, but I think the Utum Guardsmen are more what I am looking for at this moment in time. 1 moment in time, and then I can pillage. Hopefully I get 4 movement plus 4 movement. I do think I want Fireball, because I think elemental attack is going to be super, super important. Although Burning Shield is crazy. Ugh. Still think I like Fireball. I don't like the fact that Krang's going to get a red crystal no matter which one I take, so that is a thing. Definitely makes an argument for getting a spell instead of an artifact, though, too. So I'm going to roll this die. It is a black. That's super not useful. We draw a hand, which is 5. Planning triggers, I draw another one, and then I'm going to pillage the village. I get 2 more. How's my attack looking? It's not terrible. I have a green. I could do some things. I think this will work. Manager, I don't have a white. I can use that to get a white and get 2 blues, but then I'm kind of SOL on that. I can use Tranquility to draw a card. I should have the movement I need. All right, Krang's gonna go. It's a white, it's a blue, it's a green. One more card because of the green, so I've only gone through 10 cards in 3 turns, so 6 left in Krang's deck. Appreciate his consideration for my feelings. I'm going to play Stamina. I probably want to keep the green. Can I get enough movement? And that'd be move 4. Swift Reflexes gives me move 2. So I can do move 4, move 4. I think that makes sense. And then I can give myself all the options for the combat that I want. Yeah, I really like that. So here I've got to move 4 to get into there, right? So I'm going to use Tirelessness, move 2. The next card providing move, including one play sideways, gives 1 extra move. So that's move 4 that gets me there. This is going to reveal. It is the Utum Crossbowman, which is fine. And then I'm going to enter the maze. I'm going to spend 4 movement from stamina, 2 movement from stamina, 2 movement from swift reflexes. So I'm entering the number 4 room here in the maze. And now we're going to pull a random monster enemy. Now the monster enemy does come from the bag. It is not from the Elementalist faction. Bam! It is a Hydra. That's not terrible. I cannot kill it in the ranged attack phase. I did use Tranquility sideways. Attack, block. Block. I have another. Trying to think if I can take that keep this turn too. Probably makes sense to take a couple of wounds. If I use a guardsman that way. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm going to block the 1 attack, take 2 wounds. And then I'm going to use concentration with the rage. And that's attack 6 that kills the Hydra. Hydra's super dead. Yeah, I didn't have much else going there. Hydra super dead. That gives me 5 fame. I go from 1 to 6. I get +1 again for every time you level up. You get a +1 to your fame total. We're going to put a shield there. We're going to get my reward. I'm going to take fire. That range attack 5 is really sick. Yeah, I'm going to take Fireball. It's going to go on my D deck. This comes down. Replace this with Meditation. Card I haven't taken in quite a while. We're going to clean up my play area. It's a red. I'm going to draw it to my hand limit, which is, nope, I'm not going to get my reward. I'm going to get my level up first. I'm going to look at my next 2 skills. These 2 skills are, it's the cooperative skill, which I don't totally love. Where are you? It's Howl of the Pack. Actually, no, I take that back. Howl of the Pack. Once a round except during interaction, 1 card plays sideways and give +4 instead of +1. For each of your command tokens not assigned to a unit, it gives another +1. Yeah, that could be really strong. I forgot. And then the next turn, I can give a unit -1. Wow, -1 armor and -1. Yeah, that's actually a lot stronger than I remembered. And then you have, it's been a while since I've had some quality time with Wolfhawk. Then we have Refreshing Bath, a blue crystal plus heal 1. The heal is nice, especially since I have 2 wounds, but I do think Howl of the Pack is too strong. We're going to add 1 of Krang skills. And then we're going to get a card from the offer. Not thinking I want, I'm giving him another red card. Woof. I don't think I want to give him another red card. I'll take Into the Heat. I'm giving him another red crystal. I don't want to give him another red card too. So that's fine. This will go here. Shield Bash. Ugh, the worst card in the game. Because it's the most confusing. The math of Shield Bash is bananas. All right, I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. And then planning triggers gives me a 6th. So again, the wounds do count for the purposes of planning. I have moved 2. Yeah, Howl of the Pack could be really helpful too with exploring. I might rest though, because I don't have access to a white anyway. I'm not sure what that's gonna do for me. Might rest, give me the movement I need. still need 4 attack for this guy. I have the block, counts again, guardsman counts twice against swiftness. So that's pretty sick. Krang's turn, 1, 2, and 3, ends on a green, 1 more card. He's got 2 more in his deck, so I have a couple of turns. So I think with that much time left, improvisation, it's only move 2 to get in there. What's my movement card left? I have no blue cards left, so that blue mana is not going to help. So since I have 2 blacks in the source, I'm going to rest. I'm going to get rid of mana draw, drop these 2 wounds, hold on to everything else. Yep, that's fine. I think we can take that keep next turn. The question is, can I also explore? And then I have that. I think that will work. The only problem is I get an orc there. That's going to be a problem. So I should probably take out the keep first. Take out the keep first. Yeah, I like that. All right, Krang's turn. 1, 2. He's declaring end of round next turn. My turn. Planning can just go away. It's fine. I'm going to move 2 to get in. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. And I'm going to use the Utum Guardsman, so an Utum on Utum Crime here. And now I'm going to, again, Utum Guardsman, block 4, counts twice against swiftness, so I've negated the swiftness problem there. And then I'm going to use this rage with a 4 to kill the Utum Guardsman. That's going to give me 3 fame. I did a level up, so plus 1 more fame. I get another command token, plus 1 to my hand draw. Do I want to recruit any of these dudes? I will have threaten. Maybe I grab the scouts, or do I wait and hopefully get a better unit next time? I still have this too. Oh, that's really gross. Yeah, I will have plenty of options to end this round for sure. So that's out. I'm going to re-roll this die. It is blue. This comes here. I draw to my hand limit, +1, +1, because again, planning's still in play. And there we have threaten. Oh, scouts. I might actually take the scouts, which is funny. All right, this gets a thing. Krang declares end of round. On my turn, I'm going to... Scouts are funny. I will use how the pack. I'm going to use this card sideways. That's move 4. That's move 5, 6. That's enough to explore. Not that deck, Greg. This deck over here. Remember, scoring towards triple. So we have another village. We have a... Now, this dude's going to have ambush. So when I move from here to here, he will attack me. Or if I move pretty much anywhere. Again, so the way ambush works... The one who causes, so that's a centaur. The one who causes the centaur to come on the board puts their token on there. And again, so just normal like provoking, you only go if you're adjacent to go to another space adjacent. Ambush is if I go within 2 to another place within 2, sucker attacks me. Now once I kill him, so I do want to kill him, then I'm going to be able to just like put another tile on the board wherever the heck I want. So that will work well. I do think it makes sense to... so I had this fireball in my hand, but I didn't have a red anyway, so that wasn't really going to matter. And this was actually, this was move 5 because it was move 4. This is funny. This was actually move 5 because it was move 4 plus I had an empty command token, so I could have just been move 6 that way without even spending the move. But now I'm going to do threaten plus these 2 sideways. I'll get the scouts just in case there's nothing I can recruit in a keep anyway. Again, it does give me move 2, gives me that siege attack 1. That can make a difference. It is what it is. So that's going to be the end of that. So let me check out the chat. Warlord Drake says, man, I got to work soon, so I leave Sajid in charge for the rule assistant. It's a lot of responsibility, man. Mahdi's celebrating New Year's. Sajid is probably working because that's what people do. Dursu's got to go. Woof. All right, so... We hopefully we got 2 units. I got into the heat. I mean, oh god, that's right. Because now with into the heat, the scouts have siege attack 4. That's actually really strong. I forgot about that. That's a really good first round. It's a really good first round. I dig 2 units, a really strong spell, and a keep. Yeah, I'm digging. I'm digging it, and I and I explored by spending 6 movement points. Can't hate it for sure. So I did not get any faction tokens again because the monster I defeated was not an Elementalist faction enemy. These go away. We don't have any core tiles on the board, so we're going to have 4 regular units. The first unit coming off is the Illusionist. We have the Savage Monks. We have the Magic Familiars and the Foresters. So glad I got the Scouts. Nothing I can recruit in a keep. I'm rolling those 4 dice. It's a white, 2 blues, and a green. They'll all go here. These come back. We're going to put the white card into Krang's deck. We're giving him another red crystal. These come down. These come down. This new spell is Mist Form. So I don't hate that spell alignment for what's going to be added to Krang's inventory. The new advanced action is Learning. Definitely not a huge fan of that. So advanced action offer is not great. Probably looking at some temporal portal for sure when I level up. And again, that level up should happen fairly quick. Well, not as quick as I hoped. The Centaur is only going to give me 2 fame. Remember, the fame for the Tezla enemies is a little bit suppressed because you're also getting the faction tokens, but in interaction, you could use the faction token for the fame. It's a thing. It is going to be 5 movement to get into one of the forest, but remember, I can use the ambush rules to my advantage by moving here. Just move 2, and that sucker is going to attack me. So again, you could really manipulate ambush to your favor in some really significant ways that I like. Shoot. The doorbell just rang. I might have to go get that. So sorry about this. Hold on 1 second. And we're back. Sorry about that. Still construction happening in my house, so crews coming in and out. Chad Fox, I got Maze under the table, 2nd game ever, and first since it's been sitting on the shelf for 2 years. See you in 10 hours. Oh, I remember those days, man. It gets easier, I promise. All right, drawing to my hand, which is 5, 6 because I'm next to one of my keeps. So we have March, we have Rage, we have Tranquility, Into the Heat, and Swift Reflexes. Squadouche in the way of... I don't have a red, which is rough. I do have this, which is brokenly good. I've again, sometimes I get to say things, and I'm like, wait a second, I don't mean that at all. I really forgot how good Wolfhawk's competitive skill was. There are like 2 or 3 I really don't like, but Wolfhawk's competitive skill is like really, really good. I have Tranquility. I'm going to have to hold on to that until I get my 2 wounds in my hand. Oh, I mean, the Utham Guardsmen are so good against the Elementalist. I mean, just that block's going to be clutch. And yeah, because I can't kill it in range. I don't have a red for Into the Heat. Because I could do Into the Heat, Scouts, bam. That's pretty sick. So I'm going to... What do I want to take? Long Night? Like Long Night. We'll Long Night it. Hopefully Krang doesn't pull any reds. And hopefully he doesn't roll a 1 here. He rolled a 3. Mana Surge is out. So that's me first. And I don't have any reds. What's that, 5 attack? Do have a white. So that's 5 attack there. I think this will work well. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to play the 2 move from March that immediately triggers attack from this guy. And I'm going to block him with the Utham Guardsman. Again, counts twice against someone with swiftness, so he is totally blocked. Again, he only attacked me from there because he has ambush. I'm going to use Swift Reflexes. I'm powering that with a white. That is range attack 3. It becomes attack, just regular attack in the melee phase. And then I'm going to use this rage for attack 5. We've killed the centaur. I get 2 fame. I get +1 reputation. This goes away. I get this Elementalist faction token. It is the Cloak of Shielding. Once, when your hero is about to be wounded, you may ignore 1 wound and any additional effects from it. That could come in handy indeed. Gonna roll this die. Bam, it's black because, you know, that's what I roll. Well, actually, it could be useful at night for sure, although I don't think I'm going to be sieging anything anytime soon. I'm still adjacent to my keep, so that's helpful. I'll keep my hand on the table. At least try to remember to do that. We have a wound. Like to see that. We have stamina. I only like to see that because I have that. And then we have threaten. Oh, I killed an Elementalist faction. Dude. So I get to explore. I always feel like this is, I always feel like I'm doing something wrong whenever I go to do this in a Hidden Valley. But when a rampaging elementalist enemy is defeated, the player that defeated it may add a new map tile as if they had explored. All right, well, rules say so, and I can always go back to my keep to go that way. I have really no reason to go to the village. So, sure. What do we get? We are getting another Elementalist faction token. It's another dude that has another dude that has ambush. It is another centaur. Really? It's really dumb. Okay. So we're gonna put a little token on that one. Again, there's only 8 of them, so I guess it's not that shocking. I don't want to waste that on that. Source is not great. We still have that though. I can just kind of move back. He will attack me. Now notice, like, what is it? Not ambush. Pursuit doesn't work if you're in a place where interaction can happen, or fortify site you control. Ambush will work anywhere. There's no restrictions as to where ambush takes place, and I will confirm that. Ambush, enemies that have ambush will attack your hero from 2 spaces away to provoke enemy with ambush. The space your heroes must moves to must be adjacent. Oh, yeah, it won't go across the wall. Yeah, there's nothing preventing it from happening in a place where interaction can happen, or in a keep that you own. So I will indeed. When I move back here, I'm fighting another centaur because I really don't like horse people. Apparently, is how this is working out. And then I'll get to put a new tile on the map. So that's fun. Krang's first turn. What do we get? It's a white. It's a green. It's gonna be a red. Of course it is. So 3 more. And nary a red in the bunch. So that's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be one of those rounds that ends way too quickly. My turn. I just gotta figure out how the heck. I don't have a red. I have Into the Heat. This is fine. Nothing I can recruit. Oh, Monastery entered the board, so we got some kindling. We're gonna put this over here, and we'll put a singular. We'll put a die on it to indicate how many advanced actions are in the offer. So the interesting thing is, like, if you're going to choose to attack an enemy, you still have to be adjacent. If I don't move, it won't attack me. But if I move and I'm within 2 and I move to within 2, then it ambushes me like a cat. That's me being a cat, or something like that. I think I just I'm going to heal the one now. So wound away, heal the one. I'm waiting for a second wound is just going to really slow up my ability to go through my deck, especially since I have Long Night. I'm going to play Stamina to go there. Ambush triggers. He's attacking me with a 3. I'm going to block. Yeah, its source is pretty trash. I would need block 6 as a due to swiftness. That's fine. I'll just take, do I take the 1 wound? I mean, I could cancel a wound, helps me get through my deck, but it's probably better uses of that. That's fine. I would take a wound because it's only 1 wound, make my armor 3 because I'm at level 3. I'm going to ignore that wound because I just don't want to clog my deck up. So it's a little aggressive use of that, but you know, you could do worse. And now, and I think there are things that, isn't there something that makes you discard Elementalist faction tokens? I feel like I'm making this up. I feel like there was something that makes you like throw away tokens in the Shades of Tezla, but again, someone have to remind me of that. So I just ignored the wound, and then I'm going to play Threaten Sideways with this. That's attack 4. This is going to be a attack 5, or I could even better. I don't know if I'm recruiting anything though. Oh, I could try to get the monks here. That's actually really strong. I'll play Into the Heat, which is going to make her attack value go up by 2. So that's an attack of a 3. That's attack 4, 5, and then I still have that token available to me for the rest of the round, which could be super, super helpful. So again, Into the Heat increases. So I didn't power the white, a red, but all the attack values get increased by 2. So that's going to be attack 3. That's attack 4, 5. That's enough to kill the centaur in the melee phase. So Centaur down, +1 reputation, +2 fame. I get a level up. And since I leveled up, I get another fame. I get another Elementalist faction token. This one, again, it's so brokenly easy to explore. Speaking of which, because I killed a rampaging Elementalist enemy, I get to put this on the board. I'll put this. I can explore. I will put it here because that makes the most sense. It doesn't have to be adjacent to 2. It's a core. It's a countryside tile. As long as it's adjacent to a tile that's adjacent to 2. Again, countryside rules are way more liberal than other rules. And then we also have the mystical map. During movement, I can reveal a new tile at a distance of up to 3 spaces, so that I could just really get all the tiles on the board. I will have a core tile on the board by the end of this, no doubt. All right. I did get a level up, so I look at the next 2 skills. Know Your Prey is super strong. Doesn't work against enemies with arcane immunity, but what it does do is once a round, I could flip it to ignore 1 offensive or defensive ability of an enemy token, or remove 1 element of 1 enemy token. Cannot be used against enemies with arcane immunity. So this goes away. That is an influence skill. We're going to add 1 of Krang skills. Not my favorites. What is that? Puppet Master. Really like Shamanic Ritual, Battle Frenzy. I've gotten very little mana so far this game. But Puppet Master, yeah, it's Puppet Master, and the other one up there is his mana enhancement, which is, I think, pretty trash as far as cooperative skills go. All right, so we actually have the first round. I pulled 2 cooperative skills. That's super funny. All right, this has to be done during movement, so I'm not going to do that right now. I do get a card from the offer. How about Temporal Portal? Don't mind if I do. This gets replaced with Crushing Bolt. Alrighty then, drawing up to my hand limit, which is 5. So Temporal Portal, March, Determination, Wound, and +1 because I'm on my keep still. Concentration. That could be helpful. Oh, I won't have the, maybe I drop, huh, interesting. I won't have the extra, was thinking I could recruit the Savage Monks, but that was dumb because I can't recruit the Savage Monks because I won't have the extra command token. So I won't get that until I level up again. We definitely want to probably burn down that monastery. I do need to put a keep enemy up there. That's going to be face down. So these are my 6 cards. There's Air Griffin. Honestly, I'm just going to get rid of. I'm not killing it. We're not going backwards. So Krang is going to go. It's a red. It's a blue. It's a white. That's nice. If it was a red, I would have been a little sad. During movement, I'm going to discard the mystical map to explore again. It's a core tile. It is the White City. It's the shortest game ever. All right, so we're going to have an Elementalist Draconum here that will have ambush. So something I need to be prepared for, and I don't exactly have the cards for it. But again, Temporal Portal will let me get around this dude without too much of a concern. So this guy comes out. It is a, what are you, my friend? My friend, the dragon. It is a lightning dragon? Sure. It's got elusive. It has a cold fire attack. Elusive is pretty gross. That means if I don't, can I use, I think I could use Know Your Prey to cancel elusive, which is nice. So I can get it to have 7 armor. Otherwise, it's going to be 14 attack in the ranged and siege phase of combat. It would be 7 in melee, but only if I block it. But again, it's a cold fire attack of a 6, so I would effectively need 12 block of any type, unless I could find some cold fire block, which I don't think that's going to happen. We have a keep. Now, the keep is special. It is not going to be guarded by normal enemies. In this specific scenario, the keep is, I'm sorry, the keep, I don't get a keep token. That keep is going to be guarded by 2 Elementalist faction enemies. They don't have Rampage, though, because they are not marauding. When the White City is placed irrelevant, blah, 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 blah. The keep is replaced like 2 green Elementalist tokens instead of normal gray. Great. So we just got 2 green. They'll be face down. They'll reveal like a normal keep. So, and they don't have ambush. And then we're going to put the Hidden Valley here. We have a little monster den over there, which I dig. And we can reveal the Elementalist faction leader themselves. And they're going to come in again at a level 7. So their first attack is going to be a cold fire attack of a 6, fire and ice resistance, and brutal with the brutal trait. And they're going to only have, well, they're going to have 3 green enemies, 1 monster enemy, and 1 green elementalist, and 1 elementalist draconum at their beck and call. Brian Skolix is back to work. Has the rest later on tonight. Good luck. Thank you, Brian. Have a good one, sir. Well, interesting. So I think Long Night, I'm so light on crystals. Remember, Temporal Portal. Plays your action from Discern. You can move to an adjacent reveal space without provoking rampaging monsters, or as above, you can either, so I could effectively go here without provoking that dude. I could go here and move 2 spaces without provoking that dude. I do think I'm going to need to beef up my deck at this point. So right now, a lot of this game is going to be just beefing up my deck to get to the point that I can actually take on the leader. So the good thing, it was like, if I kill that dude, that's a lot of fame. Kill these 2, kill that keep, get back to this keep, and I have this monster den, effectively I can get, if you defeat a monster den, spawner grounds, you get or so I can effectively get 2 spawner, I can get, well, it's 2 monsters, but I can effectively get 2 artifacts between this and this, have a big hand draw. I already have a pretty strong spell. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I literally might not have to reveal another tile, which is crazy. Question is, do I waste a turn going there just to get a blue? Remember, all this happened where I just used the mystical map to put that on the board. So, because I spent 6 movement to reveal this. I killed an Elementalist faction marauding enemy to put this on the board. I killed another one to put this on the board, and then I used the mystical map to put that on the board. Easy game. Easy peasy. Ooh, that's super interesting. I think I want to kill the Draconum this turn. I just hate how few crystals I have. I don't like it at all. 2, 3. I'm not using influence. Do I keep that? All right, I'm going to use influence with this. So that's going to be move 4. It's going to get me there. I'm going to power temporal portal with the blue. It's going to let me to move 2 spaces, and so I could choose to move 1 space. My hand is increased by 2, or I can move 2 spaces. My hand increased by 1. I'm going to move 1 space. My hand is increased by 2. Now I could have just tried to go there and then interacted. That's stronger because then it's 2 points of influence to heal. It's actually only 1. So it doesn't really matter. It's only 1 point of influence to heal because, again, my reputation increases +1. So while I'm in the monastery, I'm going to interact for my turn. I'm going to these reveal. Nope, it's night, so those don't reveal. While I'm in the monastery, I'm going to just spend that sideways to get 1 point of healing because, again, reputation is +1 plus that 1, and that gets rid of the other wound in my hand. That leaves me with a determination. Oh, wait, that temporal portal is the action for my turn. So I'm cheating. Don't cheat, Greg. No one likes a cheater. That's fine. I'll still chill. Notice temporal portal ignored the rampaging of this clown. So so I don't have to fight him right now, but I could still use this against the enemy that I fight. I could fight it. I could just burn them the monastery next round. And just keep the 1 wound hanging around. It's probably fine. This is still in my hand too. Yep. So I only use those 2 cards. Do I want to drop March? Yeah, I'm going to drop March, try to get some more attack cards. That rerolls. It's a white. This comes back. Now I can use this on my next turn. Again, cooperative skills you have to use in your next turn or you lose the benefit. I'm drawing to my hand limit. My hand limit is going to 5 now, but remember, I'm still under the effects of temporal portal, so I could draw up to 6. Tirelessness, mana draw, and fireball. I still don't have a red, but I can get a red with concentration, which does make me happy. All right, Krang's turn. It's a green. It's a green. It's a red. 3 more. Krang doesn't like giving me more turns. My turn. I'm going to burn down the monastery. I lose 3 reputation. 1, 2, 3. So we're at 0. I'm pulling a random mage tower enemy from the bag. I have a fairly solid hand. This should be painless. We'll see what I pull. It is the Illusionist. I'm going to get a red from concentration, and I'm going to play Fireball. So I get a red mana, play Fireball. We kill the Illusionist, and that's going to give me 4 fame. I go from 16 up to 20. Dunskies. This will go over here. This wasn't used, so this just flips. And I still have Know Your Prey. I'm going to get my reward. These are still in my hand. My reward is Banner of Command or Banner of Glory. Fantastic. Banner of Command it is. Again, Banner of Command allows me to take a unit from the unit offer and just assign it to an open command token, so I don't have to worry about recruiting next turn. And again, I'm only 4 fame away from another command token, so that'll be super nice. Or I could recruit and have a unit go to the Banner of Command itself. So it gives me influence 4, and it could help. So it could give me 1 extra unit than I would otherwise have. The fact that I have these units building up, and I have into the heat is a pretty nice situation for me. So no complaints. I think my path right now is going up to that keep, getting the initial card draw, coming back down, getting this keep, wiping out that monster den, triggering an ambush attack from that dragon, and then I should, again, I don't think I need to reveal another unit, another terrain anywhere, to be honest, the way this is really laid out. Drawing to my hand limit, and my hand limit is only 5. I'm not adjusting to my keep anymore, and I'm no longer under the influence of the temporal portal, so guess what? It's the banner of command, which I will probably use for movement this turn in conjunction with tirelessness, because I do want to start making my way out toward that keep. I think that's where I want to be. Krang's turn 1 and 2, declaring end of round next turn, because he's a jerky jerk. Do I randomly go into the keep? Nope, both my rages are gone. I still have improvisation. And I think I have 1 swiftness. I have this determination. That's fine. It's 4 cards. Yeah, he went through his deck really quickly. So, checking out the chat. Saja cannot really be here actively, but is that the scouts I see? Anyone spell Snoke? Not just me. Wait, that's where it's coming from. Funny. All right, tirelessness. Move 4, I'm going to use the banner of command sideways to get move 6. All right, so every card I play gives me +1 movement, so that's going to get me out there. At least puts me in position to try to burn down that and try to take over the keep. I'm stuck with this wound again, so the fact that I couldn't do I was trying to do the double action this turn, that would have been really helpful, but also cheating. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to have the movement to get in with the move 3 and attack a random keep enemy that I can't see, but I'm definitely going to be fairly tempted. That guy would, yeah, I really didn't have the attack to take out him either. I mean, I could have tried to do fireball with a red and the black. Could have been interesting. I don't know, but I got the banner command, so really hard to complain about that. So re-rolling this, it's a red. I draw 2 more cards and 2 more cards alone, improvisation, and swiftness. Yeah, that's not a very good hand to take on a keep enemy, so I think I'm going to end up chilling, as unfortunate as that is. But where I am, both of those are going to reveal, so I'll have my pick of what I want to do, and plenty of time to get it done next round. So never use Know Your Prey, that's fine. So I'm going to, Krang declares end of round. I never even used Long Night, which I actually already threw over there, which is fine. It just didn't work out. There would have been an argument to camp out here and just get 2 white crystals, but you know, I'm not that smart. Do I want to? Trying to remember, think with the green city. I can see what this other thing is, but that's going to be a lot. And it could make my move back a little bit more cumbersome. It could give me more options. With the green city, I don't hate it. Sure, why not? We're going to do this and this for move 5. This is move 6. And we'll see what this core tile is here. Nothing crazy. He will not, ambush will not work across the wall, so that's not a thing. I was thinking in my head, like for some weird reason, I had a weird feeling it was that tile. Like I'm not even joking. It was very strange. That goes there. This guy comes out. It is the Savage Dragon. He'll have my thing on there, but again, ambush does not work across a wall. But that refugee camp is indeed interesting. So that is the end of that. I'm going to roll that. Round is over. I have one wound left in my hand. Never got to promise or crystallize. I have not touched a crystal this entire game. This flips over. These will reveal because it's going to be day. So it's the heroes. No one likes me to kill a hero, except the heroes will give me a level up and 2 crystal sprites. So the shuffling's been really interesting with the green enemies. It was Cloud Griffin, Centaur, Crystal Sprite, Crystal Sprite. Remember, the Crystal Sprites both have Defend, which can get super annoying. Centaurs didn't have Defend, right? And actually, I should not have thrown them over here. I'm going to need them over here. And I'm my shuffling. Oh my god! My shuffling skills are deteriorating, kids. Woof. Flipping things over. I'm so excited. I can't help it. Whew. Alright. Well, we don't have to put any more advanced actions in a unit offer. I took care of that little housekeeping necessity. We get a blue card to Krang's deck, another green crystal to Krang's inventory. This goes down. The new spell is space bending. The new advanced action is give me something good. Pathfinding, not great. Very thematically appropriate though. That goes there. This goes here. This is going to flip. It is a white, 2 reds, and a blue. Dig that. Units go away. We now will have elite units for our pleasure. So Ice Mages, Utum Crossbowmen, Ice Golems, and Utum Swordsman. I might actually try to get 4 units with the banner command being an extra token, because again, with with Into the Heat, that is pretty broken. I'm going to draw it to my hand limit, which is still 5 banner command, concentration, crystallize, and march, and temporal portal. That's a garbage draw for the current game state. Wow. And I guess, yeah, Rethink, the dummy player got rid of Rethink on me, which is really gross. So great start it is, because I need some attack cards. Rage will do. That will have to do. That's fine. That hero has an ice attack 3 and a physical attack 3. I can negate that 1 ice thing. I don't have Into the Heat, otherwise I could use the Scout Siege Attack 4, because the Scouts are amazing. Whoever says otherwise is just wrong. That's a 5. I'm rolling for the dummy player tactic. That's a 4. 4 is already gone. That's a 1. So Krang is first. Man, I went first last time, and Krang still blew through his deck. It was insanity. Insanity, Krang. It was chaos, I tell you. I know the math's off the board. I'm not going any higher, so I'm not that worried about it. This goes away. If you're worried about it, I'm sorry. Don't be worried. It'll all be over soon. All right. I have 1 wound in my deck. Definitely want to get rid of that. Maybe I'll try to do something crazy like getting a crystal, which, you know, crazy talk. We do have to shuffle Krang's deck, and then Krang will go first. All right, Krang gets a white, a green, give me a blue. Yes, excellent. Krang has 15 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My turn. I definitely want to move in. And then I think we'll just figure it out when I get there, because, you know, Fun. So that's move 3. Let me put all my cards out on display. Bam, coming in here. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site, so I'm at -1. Reputation is going the wrong direction. I'm going to negate the ice. I'm gaining 1 color of attack with Know Your Prey. And then I will block with the Guardsman. I will... Temporal Portal's too good. I just need 4 attack. I have the red, so that's not a problem. Question is, do I want to block the other 3, or I just take 1 wound? If I'm just taking a wound anyway, I can keep the Know Your Prey. Use the Guardsman to block the physical attack, and I just take 1 wound from the ice attack. Nah, I don't want to take wounds. I'm not a big fan. I'm going to use the Know Your Prey, block there, and then I'm going to use Temporal Portal and that. And just, again, the wounds are just going to really slow up my round here, and I have no patience for it. And then I could immediately do some recruiting. I probably want this for influence. That's the problem. I definitely want that for influence. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm going to save Know Your Prey. I'm going to take 1 wound. And that was my move in. So I killed the heroes. It was another reputation because no one likes when you kill the heroes. And I get 5 fame. Since I leveled up, I get another fame, which gives me another command token. Excellent. So my hand draw is now 6. I'm the owner of another keep, so my hand draw is now 8. My cards in my hand, this was used. I'm going to drop March because I'm not really moving that much this round. I still have Tirelessness and Temporal Portal and the blue. I'll take this 1 wound, that's fine. And I'm going to re-roll that die. It's a blue. And I'm going to draw myself up to 8 cards. So wound, banner command, concentration, swift reflexes, another wound. Getting them together is not terrible, but that is a garbage draw. Woof. Where's all my influence cards, kids? I don't know. I can get influence 8. Take the ice golems, and then I can get the ice mages. Or even I can get the swordsman or the crossbowman. I think that makes the most sense. All right, Krang, what's up? Krang gets a blue, a white, and a red. 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. So 7 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like... Right. No, yeah, 9 cards left. My turn. I'm going to get Influence 4 from the Banner of Command. I'm going to use this Swift Reflexes sideways with Know Your Prey. That's Influence 5, so Influence 9 altogether. And then I'm going to recruit the Ice Golems to the banner. I needed actually 9, so I needed a 5 from that because it's 4 plus the 1 because I have an empty command token, and then the 4 from the banner command. My modification is a 1, so that worked out really well. I don't have any faction tokens. I wasn't going to be. I wouldn't have any of those. Have had any of those to use. Do I hold on to the rage? Yeah, I hold on to this. I might have to do a rest turn just to get these friggin' wounds out of my hand because they are going to slow me up. The nice thing with the banner command is that it's a special thing. It doesn't take up an action, but the way I used it, it was part of an interaction. But I'm really trying to, of course I don't have there's no green in the source either, which is gross. Woof. Temporal portals got me covered on movement. I could move there with a cinch, which would reveal the tokens there. I mean, technically, this should be laid out. These are the tokens with the Elementalist. Faction leader. All right, this is out. I now have the ice golems underneath the banner of command. Could be nice. Again, the more units I can get, the better because of Into the Heat. Now I have to use that next turn or I lose it. So I will just leave that out there. I draw 2 more cards, mana draw, and Into the Heat. Nary and influence a card among the bunch. Fantastic. And by fantastic, I mean trash. Woof. All right, Krang's turn. 1, 2, 3. It's a red. 3 more. Krang is just like killing me on the reds. So I have this turn, next turn, and 1 more turn. If I rest, I recruit. Temple Porter does nothing for me. I still have this dragon, which is going to be annoying. Still think I'd do it. I have Into the Heat. I can wipe out the monsters. I think I want to get the keep, though. All right, I'm going to rest. Temporal Portal goes away because I'm not going to have enough actions to really make use of it because I do want to recruit next turn. That's so bad, dude. Crap, because I want to heal those. I want to do too many things. Or I could potentially recruit there, especially with Into the Heat. Siege attack 4. Oh, I dig that. But I have no. I would need move 7 to get in there. Woof. All right. If I temporal portal there, get the +2 cards. I move the 4 into here next turn. I won't make use of this, but then I have Into the Heat. I can wipe out that, and I'll have a 3rd turn to work. So I'm going to temporal portal. I'm going to temporal portal here. Now, ambush would trigger if I go from here to here, which actually isn't crazy. Oh, let me think about that. Then I take out all 3 of those in one swoop. That I'm digging. I'm going to do that. Temporal portal, I'm going to go, but I lose the extra card draw. No. Yeah, I can't lose the extra card draw. Yeah, these cards are just coming out in not a great order for me. I don't have a green anyway, so like healing both those wounds is going to be tough. But I'm going to temporal portal here. I'm still next to my keep, and I could draw 2 more cards. So I'm going to draw 8 + 2, so I can draw up to 10. I rolled that. That's a gold. That's a nice draw. So that, and then 2 more swiftness and tirelessness. So much for healing. So that was the action for my turn. So I'm done. Krang is going to go through the last 3 cards. I have a turn and then 1 more turn. I'm going to move with tirelessness and a card played sideways. Those are my 2 move. That's fine. I'm going to enter this keep. I lose a reputation because I'm using a fortified site, and now we have these two crystal sprites. And remember, they both have a defend power. So what that means is the first enemy I attack gets one of the defend powers, and then if that enemy has defend, that defend just goes away. If you're just attacking one enemy with defend, their armor is essentially increased. So right now, these guys, if you're killing them in the siege or melee, siege or range phase, you need to have you need to do 3 damage to them, and they are ice resistant. But if I group them both, this guy's defend will apply to him, his defend will apply to him. So I would need 6 siege attacks since they are in a fortified site. But since I'm not grouping them, I think this will be totally fine. But they both have ice attack of a 1, so I need 2 physical block to block it, because that could be super annoying. All right, I'm going to play into the heat. I'm going to power that. I won't even need to power it. Their attack value is increased by 1. So, and I'm going to use the scouts. So I can't assign any damage to my units this turn. The scouts are attacking with an attack of a 3. That 3 siege attack is enough to kill one of the crystal sprites, right? Because it's going to be 1 plus 1 because of elusive, plus 1 because of that defend power. That looks like physical resistance. It's not. It's ice resistance and the defend power. This dude is just dead. So now we have this one to worry about. I'm going to again, these are all attack values are increased by 2 this combat. Man, I wish I could actually provoke that dude, but I'll have him for next turn. Although he's ice resistant, but I have Know Your Prey. So I'll probably be able to kill him next turn, which I think makes some sense. So now I just need to worry about not taking these ticky-tack wounds. I'm going to... yeah, I want to keep Know Your Prey for the dragon. So block 2. I just need... If I block it, again, this defend power is already taken care of, so I will, and if I block it, I'll only need 1 attack, like literally 1 attack. So it doesn't make sense to use the ice golems. I want to use them for him. So I need 2 block twice. So block the first one. I think I keep mana draw. Block the first one. Take 1 wound. I can't even assign it. That's fine. I'll block the first one with the rage. I'll take 1 wound. Who cares? And then I'm going to have so much card draw anyway because I'm next to a keep. And then I'm going to hold on to mana draw. I will hold on to concentration. And then I'll play improvisation sideways. Oh, I didn't fully block it. Ah, that's super annoying. And I can't assign it to the ice golems. Even though they have physical resistance. Or even though they have ice resistance. Alright. Block. 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 I'll have Fireball. That's fine. So I use the Ice Golems just for the block 3, and then I'm going to use this sideways for block 1. So again, there's two ice attacks. I blocked the one with Rage. This guy was killed in the siege phase, so he's done. The defend powers are negated now because this defend power went to him. His defend power no longer counts because he was defeated. The rage blocked the 1 ice attack. I use the ice golems to block the other ice attack, and then I use improvisation sideways. It only need 1 because again, elusive no longer applies, and there are no defend powers affecting this sprite, so they're both defeated. I get 1 fame for defeating both of them. 1, 2. They are not marauding. Sorry, that's not fame. That's reputation. So 1 fame for defeating both of them. They're not marauding, so I don't get anything else out of that, but I do get 2 of these suckers. we get, if I'm about to take a wound, I can throw it away. We already saw that. And then I have the ice shard. I can add the ice element to an attacker block from a single card. Interesting. I got my fame. That's fine. Reputation is still in the toiletto. All right, these all go away. I'm going to draw to my hand limit. I still have these 2 wounds. Into the Heat was indeed played. And I have these 2 wounds on my hand, and I'm going to draw up to 9 otherwise, including those 2 wounds. So I have 5 cards accounted for. I think I really want to just move here and kill the Ice Dragon, or kill the Savage Dragon. We're adjacent to the Elementalist faction token, so we will reveal that Garrison is a fire elemental. It's the other Storm Dragon or Lightning Dragon. We have the Elven Protector, the other Elven Protector, so a lot of weird defend powers we have to worry about. And then the Priestess? What's your name? What's your name? The Elemental Priestess. Alright, I'm drawing 4 more cards. Threaten, Tranquility, Determination, and Stamina. Woof. If I don't block it, I can get rid of Elusive. Elusive is an ability I can negate, right? I think Elusive's an ability I can negate. Rules, Quagmires. That is not what I want. Like I have a chart somewhere that tells me all the, that's the Betrayal campaign, which I will probably never go through. Return of Apocalypse stuff, quick reference sheet, official FAQ. Fantastic. Coal, is it in the Coal Toughness? Token abilities. Defensive, offensive. Fire attack, cold fire attack, swift, brutal, poison, paralyzed, vampiric, cumbersome. Elusive is a defensive ability. Great. So if I negate that, I only need 7. It's only doing 6 points of damage, which I can cancel 1, take another wound. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't take anyone's last turn. I think that makes the most sense, but I will have to move here to trigger this attack. So Krang declares end of round. My turn, I'm going to use Tranquility, use this gold from the source to heal 2, so I technically have no wounds in my hand at this moment in time. That is about to change. I'm going to then move 2, move 3, move 4. Now, ambush won't happen across the lake, but it will happen. It should happen across the hidden valley, even though that monster's in a lake. It's like leave it to these live streams to figure out the every edge case possible. If you're playing the space, your hero moves to the space between your enemy and your hero does not contain mountains or a lake. That is not a mountain or a lake. It is the hidden valley. So we're fine. So I have move 2, move 3, move 4. That gets me here. Move 4. That gets me here. That triggers an attack from this dude with ambush. I'm going to take 1 wound. Nope, I'm going to negate 1 wound. I get another wound to my hand. I'm going to use Know Your Prey to negate Elusive. So now I just need 7 points of damage. I'm going to use Concentration to get a red mana. I'm going to power Fireball. Oh, but he's fire resistant. Ah! He's fire and ice resistant. Well, back up. It's not going to work. I have to kill him in the next round. So no wounds in my hand. Let me recruit something because it makes sense. I used the heal. I got rid of all the wounds in my hand. I still have the rest of this, and I didn't move. Because moving would be really silly. So I'm going to recruit. And actually, I can't get the ice mages. I don't know what I was thinking before. I couldn't get the ice mages and use. I was thinking banner command. I could just take whatever I want. But I've used, since I'm doing normal influence, I would not be able to get the ice mages anyway. But I will definitely take the Utum crossbowman because that into the heat is a range attack 5. And I think that's super strong. So I'm going to. I need -2. So I'm going to need 8 to get the crossbowman. I'm going to play concentration. I'm going to get a red. Actually, never use Know Your Prey again, so that's super special. Should have used it on the Crystal Sprite and could have saved a card somewhere, which is fine. Yeah, just wasn't able to get the math to work for that Lightning Dragon because that's super annoying. 2 Lightning Dragons next round is going to be super interesting. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting another artifact, which is probably fair. I don't think it's a big deal. I'll have so many cards in my hand. All right, so I have no crystals. Woof. If I move there, I trigger an attack from ambush. So I can't even do the monster, the spawning grounds. Krang just went through his deck way too fast, man. 2 turns in a row. It's really gross. 2 rounds in a row. Bang, red. Bang, red. Ugh. It's gonna force my hand. Woof. Yeah, very much into this. I gotta lean into this, into the heat strategy is really all I got. So that's influence 5. That's influence 6, 7, 8. I mean, I could have used the mana draw. I got a million influence. I'm gonna take the Utum crossbowman. Do I even need to use a stronger effective threaten? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I do. So -1 reputation there. That goes away. All right. Banner flips. I get all my dudes back. This comes back. I have no wounds. The last card of my deck was Promise. Could have used my influence cards a bit earlier. That gets shuffled or rolled, whatever, one of those 2 things. And I'm going to throw some cards across the board because I feel like it. So if I moved here, it's funny. Like, yeah, actually, I didn't even. I was worried about ambush unnecessarily before because when I could have moved. Well, yeah, I could have moved there before without that triggering because there is a lake between us. You know, dragons apparently can't fly across lakes. They're very scared, especially lightning dragons. Don't want anything to do with lakes. I mean, lightning could they could electrocute themselves. I mean, it could be. It's a very serious problem for lightning dragons, as we all know. So a little bit of a dud of a round compared to what I was hoping to accomplish going into it, but I think we did just enough. We'll see. We have the sorcerers, we have the Utum swordsmen, we have some Altum mages, and we have some foresters. Rolling those dice. Oh, 3 golds is not a legal roll, so we're gonna re-roll those 3 golds, keep the green, and we get 2 whites and a red. That's much better. Nary a crystal to my name again. Krang is going to add a white to his deck, another green to his inventory. So that's interesting. We get magic talent, meditation goes away, and becomes underground travel. I think I did it again. I think I know how I'm doing this. Nope. No, 1's in my hand. That's right. That makes sense. So this goes there. All right, bite the bullet, says Slobodan Kalenik. I'm not sure. Oh, hold on one sec. Yo, hello, says Snorble. How are you? Remove ice from attack, add ice to block. Can you make the math work? Cannot see it, dude. If dude is fire resistant. Yeah, he's fire and ice resistant. The lightning dragon. Temporal portal at the valley to avoid ambush provoke. But no, he can't because that's your action for the turn. So I don't. Oh, right, because I can. Right, because I can stop there. No, but you get kicked out. I think you have to move in. So can you use? I don't. I think you have to move to a safe place, and that's not a safe place. It's a good idea though. This isn't like one of those sites where I can stay there. It's like I actually have to move to in every time, but it's a really good idea. Slobodan says bite the bullet, and then Sagittarius Electricals are lightning dragon wannabes without the dragon part. You should be a spokesman for electric eels. Sagitt, the spokesman for manticores and electric eels everywhere. Oh, I don't see how I don't take preparation because with that dude's deck, I gotta make sure I get out into the heat, and if it's buried low, I'm in serious trouble. Woof. Yeah, know your prey. I can't take away both elusive and it would be nice. I can't take away both elusive and the resistance. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm drawing 9 cards. So we get mana draw, swiftness, into the heat, threaten, march, promise, stamina, swift reflexes, and march. Yeah, I wasted a lot of attack last turn. I needed that extra card draw, but I'm not totally happy where I'm at. Into the heat is interesting. So maybe I don't take preparation. I don't think sparing power does much for me. If I use a unit, well, that's interesting. If I use a unit to kill that dragon, I could potentially just recruit another one. Another one. Or if I assign a wound to a unit, it's a cold fire attack, but it's only 6 points. Swiftness isn't going to help me that much with the Utham Guardsman. 4 points of blocks also not going to help me that much. Erg. Yeah, you have to kill that dragon. Problem is, again, it's the move 4, just like super movement intensive. I move 4, move back 4, recruit. It's an idea. It's an idea. What kills that dragon, though, man? I'm not even kidding. Absolutely no mana. Which is why doing this is really enticing to me, because it's 3 crystals. It is 3 crystals, but I'm remembering the attack. I'm trying to do 7. So 4, 4, 3. What's that? Elusive. Fire damage. Woof. I don't think this is going to end well. I think I'm messed up. Remember, you got to get rid of the Elven Protectors because, again, the first enemy you attack, including that dude, that extra 2 shield would count, and the extra 2 shield would count for every single level that you try to knock down, which is super annoying. I'm not sure what I can take that kills. Wow. These guys are bananas. Siege attack, range attack. I don't have a lot of ranged attack. I mean, I could. That's interesting. I could use preparation, get concentration, swift reflexes plus concentration plus Uthen Crossbowman plus know your prey. Kills that dragon very, very efficiently. Leaves me a bunch of influence. I can go back in. All right, I'm going to use preparation to get concentration. I think that's my best play right now. Rolling a die, would not mind a 6. It's a 4. 4 is still there, so Krang is first. All right. Krangy Poo, what do you say? Krang, please get whites and blues. Whites and blues. Whites and blues. Oh, it's great. White and blue. Yes. Thank you, Krang. My turn. I'm going to move 2, move 4. I'm going to provoke an attack from the dragon. I'm going to use Know Your Prey, canceling out Elusive, so it's only going to be a 7. I'm going to play Concentration, play Swiftness with it. That's going to be range attack 5, and then the Crossbowman gives me range attack 6 and 7. That kills this dragon. That gives me 7 fame. I go from 28 to 35, plus 1 more. I get an Elementalist faction token. Ooh. Magic Talent is not going to help me. Crushing Bolt could. I can add fire to an attack. I still have that thing too. And Dragon, I get +2 reputation because I killed a rampaging Draconum. That's going to help with the recruitment. Here, I roll that die. It's blue. I only use this and these two. And those 4 cards go away. I draw 4 more cards. Tirelessness, Tranquility, Determination, and nope, 3 more cards. Oh, I had a 10th card because of preparation. Cool. Gosh, I've never been this late on crystals. Woo! I don't think I've used Crystallize once to get me a crystal. Krang's turn. It is a white, and a red. Of course, 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, how much damage your units can do versus the damage you need? Good question. Criminal Chili, thank you for the super chat, sir. Had a run, but thanks for doing these. Always a pleasure to watch. Celebrate the first. I have a note. YouTube's so funny, dude. Celebrate the first super chat from Criminal Chili. Like, Saget leveling up. Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing. What the heck came out? Tirelessness, this, and Determination. I think were the 3 I added, and I think it was in that order. Yeah. So I have to look at my next 2 skills. Thank you, sir. This is fine. I have a movement skill, which helps with exploring. That's good early. Yeah, it just really wasn't. Krang skills came out in a weird order for me too. There's a battle frenzy, and then I'm going to take Crushing Bolt. Now I add 3, and we get Crushing Bolt, Tirelessness, and Tranquility. All right, my turn. What do I want to recruit? I guess I get the Utham Swordsman. Right, because one of the things Saj is saying, if I get knocked out, do I have enough attack from my units to wipe out the Elementalist faction leader? That's an interesting question. These guys are going to be the biggest pain in determining that for sure. I mean, there is a move 3 and implement and recruit The sorcerers, I do not. I don't think I have the elements for that, but that range attack 3 is super nice because I can make it a range attack 6 and wipe out one of these dudes. But I would need 10 influence to get that, and that's gonna be really hard. And it's almost like I think I'm using Know Your Prey. If the red for influence 5, 7. I think I'm better off with the swordsman just because the attack 9 is gonna be sick. Even if it gets wounded. But the sorcerers are mad tempting. It's just a range attack 6. Oh man. One thing I haven't gotten yet is my fireball card. A lot of these dudes do have fire resistance. Is there anything here that doesn't have fire resistance? Nope. They all have fire resistance. That, my friends, is just so awesome. I forgot about that. I forgot that about the Elementalist faction. Woof. Wow. Every single one. Yeah, I probably should have taken Burning Shield in hindsight. That's crazy. That is crazy. I do have Ice Attack. That could be Ice Attack 9. That could be really helpful. The faction leader, of course, is resistant to both fire and ice. So, I'm going to move 2 with Tirelessness. I have no wounds, so I'm going to move 2 more Tranquility. Remember, 1 card, even a card with sideways, gives me plus movement. It's going to be move 4 to get into here. And now I'm going to get as much influence as I can muster. Did you say muster? I did. We're going to get 4 because I'm trying not to. I need 7 to get the swordsman. So it's going to be 4 from here. I'm trying to keep that red if I can do it. That's 5, 6. And then I'll use stamina sideways for 7. I think that's fine. I should still have. Oh, that's all my movement cards. Temporal Portal would have been nice. That is. I got Swift Reflexes, but I can use for movement. Yeah, I think I still have to do it that way. I can't get rid of the rest of these cards. And I don't want to use that red. So that's going to be 7 influence. I'm going to take myself the Utem Swordsman, the Utem Crossbowman go away. Little substitution. Thank you for your service. These cards are out. Yeah, I'm going to need mana draw. These 2 cards are out. My movement, my influence, my units are ready. We'll see how this plays out. This rolls. It's green, 3 more cards, Determination, Crystallize, or 5 more cards, I'm sorry, Improvisation, Rage, and Fireball. Okay. That should do. We'll see. Krang's turn. 1, 2, and 3. It's green because I cannot catch a break here. 1, 2, 3 greens are out. 1, 2. Only 2 reds are out, so 5 cards left. 4 cards left, and 3 of them are going to absolutely mean that he's going to declare end of round. So I have no turns. This is really bad. That's really bad. I think therefore I am. I think I'm going to use Crystallize, get myself a crystal. This is really not great. I'm going to have to do this in one shot. So we're looking at 28 physical attack, which should be doable. I mean, if we do with Into the Heat, I mean, that's 5. I'm going to need to kill this dude first. So assuming he's dead, when that defend is gone, there's no more defend powers anyway. So I'm going to actually need 34 points of physical attack. I mean, this is going to be 5. Yeah, it's a lot of attack. I can add ice to things. Ice attack's not great though. That'd be 5. Just physical attack 5, 14 plus 6 is 20. I can get 24 attack here. 28 though. Woof. This ranged fire attack is bad. Siege attack. That's 6. If I use that to kill him. I can add that to any card. I can add that to a block from a single action card, not a spell. So that's not super helpful. It's not helpful at all. That's kind of garbage. Which does mean when I recruited, I could have been more aggressive in using these for points, and I should have. I could have used them for influence because I don't know what adding. None of these have physical resistance, so like, I don't know what adding this to a single action card does for me. So that was a big oversight on my part. One thing I didn't say. So this gives me for deadly aim, add +1 to any card that provides any type of attack in the range of siege attack phase, or +2 to a card that provides any type of attack in the attack phase. I'm probably gonna get knocked out. I don't know how I don't. I'd have to do the math. It's not going to be pretty. Remember, I'm not going to be able to assign any wounds to my dudes. So that stuff's all coming to my hand. I can ignore 1 wound with that, which is nice. But yeah, I definitely should have done something a little different as far as movement is concerned. But I think I have to do this all at once. So I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power it with a green. And I'm going to take a green. And I'm going to re-roll this. And that's a gold. That's about right. I'm going to keep the rest of the cards in my hand, although improvisation is just like, woof. I have Temporal Portal in there. I mean, I could figure this out. I'm not going to belabor this. Temporal Portal and a Rage. Yeah, yes. I do want the Rage. It's going to be better than improvisation. So I'm going to draw these 2 cards. And those are my 9 cards. Krang is at end of round 1, 2, and 3. It is. He's going to declare end of round next turn. So I have 2 shots at this. So let's make it happen. So I'm going to enter. Temporal Portal will not work because I have to play as the action on my turn. And I'm just going to, I want to save Swift Reflexes, so I'm going to use these 2 sideways, and I end up in there. I'm going to lay out these enemies. We have to do this all in one shot. The Fire Elemental is going to give me 7 damage. That's going to be 3 wounds if it goes to my hand. So 1, 2, 3. The beginning of battle, I'm going to, again, it all has to go to my hand. Because at the beginning of battle, I'm going to have to use this red to power into the heat. I'm going to use Mana Draw to use this white to power Swift Reflexes. I get +1 range attack on that. And I can use this green to power Crushing Bolt. Wounds wise, again, this is going to be 2 wounds from the High Priestess. It's going to be 1 wound from the Elven Protector. It's going to be 1 wound from the Elven Protector. It's going to be 2 wounds from the Lightning Dragon. It's going to be 6 points of damage with Brutal, so 4 wounds from the Elementalist. So definitely getting knocked out. I just need the 28 points of damage, all on him. And we need to kill one of these Elven Protectors, assigning the other Elven Protector to that. I'm going to group. I want to group those two. Just want to do 6 points of damage. That's all I want to do. Yeah, Fireball ends up being a dud. And since Fireball is a dud, I can actually do this. Don't think it matters. Think I'm still going to get knocked out. But that would use a Fireball sideways to move in. And remember, I still have this, so I can do some potential blocking and maybe live to fight another day. But I just don't see how that's happening. So, because that's a cold fire attack. That's gross. This I'll have available just in case I can find a way to only take 5 wounds, which is going to be tight. I'm going to use the 6 attack from there. I'm going to assign this Elven Protector's Defender ability to this Elven Protector. We're killing this Elven Protector. I don't have to worry about Defender abilities for the rest of the turn. We're down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. If I can get that down even more, that would be amazing. But these are all insane amounts of elemental block or elemental attack. Remember, I can cancel the wound from one of these guys with any extra abilities. None of them have paralyzed, vampiric, whatever, so I'll just cancel this wound. So I'm not going to be worried about that. So now if I can somehow, oh, my bad, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds. Can I get rid of 11 wounds? I don't think so. The crystal sprites would have been nice for sure. So there's 11 wounds. I would need to get rid of 6 of them. I don't see how. And again, the math here is 9. This is ice and fire resistance, so that's not good. So 9, because again, everything's plus 3. So 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 9 is 18, plus 6 is 24. I have no ability to do damage. If I had a red, I could have done something, but I don't. I have no ability to do damage. I have no blues. I think I'm going to come short. And if I get knocked out, I'm just going to have to do a long recovery next turn, which is bad. Mad. I've already used this. Bad. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep. Definitely need to use into the heat. Let me think about this block. Block 9 intrigues me. Because if I get rid of these 4 wounds, all of a sudden this math isn't looking so terrible. Because I have how much attack here? That's 6, 7, 8 attack in my hand. So the problem is, though, if I lose this, this is dumb. Oh, I also have this. So in theory, I could get 2, 6, 10 attack from my hand. I can get, yeah, I'm not gonna have enough. Woof. Man, that got ugly. Krang just raced through his deck too quick, 2 turns in a row. And then I get the 2 defenders here. And everyone is fire resistance. Like everyone has fire resistance. What's here? Let me put it this way. So I can't lose that 9. That trade's not good. If I use the scouts to kill this one, it's 2 more wounds out. Then effectively I need to block that dude. If I had a blue, that'd be helpful. But I basically just gave away 4 points of attack to get 10. Now that math would be good. I wish this was ice block. It's not. And you can't assign at all, so those resistances are garbage. I just need 12 block. Can I add this to... It doesn't matter. Oh, can I add that to a block or an attack? To attack or block? Oh. Oh. So if I add... Can I add them both? I think so. Because I can make... Can I make a card sideways to a single action card? So if I make a card sideways and I add it... If I make this a cold fire block 4, then I only need 4 more physical block. Then the math's still going to be just short. Cold fire attack 4. If I... Cold fire block 4. And that's block 7. It's just so inefficient. Block 7's like just 1 away from being cool. If it was block 8, that'd be really good. Block 9 just was way too much attack. I need that attack 9. Block 7. Block 7. I need 5 more points of physical block. Cold fire attack with cold fire block would still be just short. Wow, just no mana. No mana at all. Just totally killed me here. 9 cards. Yeah, I don't think the math is there, kids. Block 7. I'm using the 4 and try to get to the 10. But then I'm using this 4. So I'm using the 4 to get to 6, which is still going to be short. Woof. Cold fire block is close. It is indeed close. But if I had one more token, that'd be cold fire block 5, which is pretty sick. But I don't. 7. I'm missing a red. So what I can do is Cold Fire block 4. Block 2. Block 2. This can't be used by a unit, can it? Add to a card that provides any type attack, including sideways in the attack phase. Cannot be. That's really gross. So that has to be a card. So it could be a spell, which is pretty flexible. Go fire, block 4, block 2, block 2. So this is a waste, and I can't make the math of this work any better. He's still elusive. That 4 plus that 1 does nothing. I could do that 4 plus that 2, but that doesn't. Yeah, the math is just coming up short everywhere. But oh, and if I block 2, what's the point? Because then I'm gonna have no cards left. So there's like absolutely 0 point. I'm still getting knocked out. Yeah, so doing any of that makes no sense because I'm just still gonna get knocked out. I mean, reality is, if I had all my units left, I get attack 5 plus attack 4 is attack 9 plus 9 is attack 18 plus 4 is attack 24. I could kill 4 levels of this, 6 levels of this dude, but then we're 1 shy. He went through his deck so damn fast, I can't even like rest. And once I get knocked out, I have to discard all my cards. I have no cards left in my hand. So it's like drawing my cards as fast as I did was a little rough. I never got like a motivation skill or anything like that, so my skills kind of crapped out on me a little bit. Yeah, I don't think if I take a blue instead of a green, I don't think that helps me because I have to use these stupid. I have to use that attack. I have to kill the defender. I mean, he's only doing 1 damage, but I'm still down at the 5 here. Two, 6. I mean, I could try to kill him, but I have, if I don't block him, I'm SOL. Block 8. Other thing I can do, if I do this, the block 9, then we're effectively down to, that would block, and then I have this. I'll do the math this way just to not get knocked out, but it's not going to be enough. So effectively, if I wound the Utham Swordsman, I get block 9. I could do a cold fire block that way. We blocked the Elementalist Priest, and now I take these 5 wounds to my hand. This one was killed. This one was killed. That wound was ignored, but that defend power was already used on the first Elven Protector. And then in will I level up enough? Nah, I don't think so. So I'm not knocked out, but maybe I level up. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not knocked out. I do. I can wound him. I can't assign damage, but this isn't assigning damage. He just gets wounded. So I'm gonna get 5 plus 6, 11 plus 4 is 20. I'm sorry. 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 4 is 15, 16, 17. So I only did this is like the worst way to do it, but at least I don't get knocked out. It's only 4 levels that are destroyed. So 3 and 4. And then we get to here. So no matter how many levels you do in the melee phase, in the range phase, remember he still attacks in the melee phase at the level you started the battle with. At the end of this shifts over. I'm going to get 3 fame per level destroyed. I also get the fame for destroying these 2. All these tokens are out. So I would get 5 plus 3 per level. I would get 17 fame. 17 fame gets me up to 53. That is a level up. So I get this token. That will come out there. But it is not going to be enough to get this done. Started off great. Last 2 rounds were really, really bad. Really bad. So I effectively have no cards in my hand except for these 5 wounds. I used all my units. They are all healthy, but they are all exhausted. And that's still available to me this turn. But wait, where the heck was the other Krang skill? Where did it go? Oh, it got hooked up there. So I go back to my keep, and Krang declares end of round. I have that skill available to me. Not going to do much. That is that's all she wrote. So 3 levels shy. Really, I was 4 points of attack shy during that attack, and I couldn't get the Into the Heat strategy to come together quick enough. If I had more mana, I think I could pull it off, because then things get a lot more efficient. So I could have done the block with, if I had a blue, I can make this a cold fire attack, cold fire block 5, which is super good, without even using this. And then that cold fire block 5 is going to be enough that I can just, then I would just need 2 more blocks. So I could have used this and this, and I'd still have this available here. And I think that's the 4-point difference. Although I had to use the scouts to kill the High Priestess. So the fact that I had to wait to the very last turn just because of how quickly Krang was moving through his deck was really what killed me. All right. Spend the fact token's influence. There, Sagitt. I missed that for sure. I don't think it makes a difference. That was a little, again, definitely a misstep on my part. Zach Lois is back from lunch. Mr. Draconified, how did you provoke from 1 space away? Oh, did it come from assaulting a faction site? You fought first. So I took out the faction site, and then again, because of ambush, once I move here, since this is not a mountain or a lake, he attacks me from there. So it's just the ambush mechanic that kind of changes things up for sure. I think if I had another, I had so much wasted attack last round. Like, again, that round played out very inefficiently, and it is an argument to say, hey, that's really action intensive, instead of just like, hey, recruit a unit, take another unit. But I was trying to really set up for Into the Heat. And remember, like, it's only a 4-round game, so I'm not going to have that many not that many command tokens out. But so there's like definitely a give and a take there. So yeah, because of ambush, since it's not a lake or a mountain, it would attack me here. Had I done that, had I been able to knock those guys out, Amulet of Darkness would have been super helpful, and as would the Tome of All. But the spell offer wasn't great. My action cards weren't great. I really wasn't loving the offers. The Banner Command I did like, especially with Into the Heat, but the offers were a little rough, all things considered. So, once I killed the Dracona, by the way, I should have revealed the last tile. Act surprise, it's a green city. Booyah. But yeah, we'll come back. I like this enough. I definitely want to keep coming back at it at level 7. We'll figure out who I want to fire up in a couple of weeks for sure. Oh, did it come from assaulting the faction site and you fought it first? Says Zach Lois, Sagitt, faction token to make a cold fire. Fair enough, not to spells. You could have easily had Alta Mages. Yeah. No, they can be recruited in a city. They can only be. Oh, I could have gone here, got the Alta Mages. I did not have a black token, but it would have given me 2 mana. That could have been interesting. Definitely could have been interesting. Don't think the math comes together without a black mana, because 3 blues and a yellow are not exactly the thing of dreams right there. Yeah, just a lot of little things that just didn't come together. And those 4-round games too, like you could play Solar Conquest and have a dud round, maybe 1.5 dud rounds. I think in these blitz scenarios, like if you have a dud round, to overcome that is super hard. I mean, like, you're just not gonna have the flexibility to really make up for that, I think, in later rounds for sure. Zach Lowe says, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks." Yeah, the ambush gets confusing. So does pursuit. I don't love them. When I first read them, I was like, "Oh, I might try to put these into solo conquest and stuff." But like, I like. Let me take this back. I like them in these scenarios as like things I do once in a while. I don't think I would like them. Don't think I would like to use those abilities on the reg in any form or fashion for sure. No, take their attack into the heat. Oh, I mean, I got the guards swordsman, dude. That's an attack 9. Like, what's this gonna do for me? I had no mana. It's a. I mean, I could have used a block. Oh, Coalfire block 8 is sick. That actually helps a lot. Because if I have that Coalfire block 8, I get that 10 attack, and now the math is 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 10. I'm up to 21. Well, I'm still short. Woof. Wow. It got ugly. That got ugly quick. Yeah, Crystal Sprite. Crystal Sprite would have been better. Because then I could have used. Maybe. I don't know, man. That defender power gets wild. Yeah, kind of laid out. I mean, maybe I think my mistake. A bigger mistake might have been not killing that dragon earlier, because I kind of had the cards where it would have been awful. I could have taken a couple wounds. If I wipe out that, well, again, he's not ambushing me across the lake. Although if I'm here, right. So I would have had a move. I would have had a move to kill him, because once I go there, he's not ambushing me across the lake, so that's weird. I think if I just take out that keep, do that monster den, kill that dragon, don't worry about going up there, I could have done all my recruit, but then I'd have 8 cards instead of 9. So I think I got a little bit too enamored with the idea of getting a third keep. That probably was a bit unnecessary, because I could have used all that attack. If I don't have to kill that dragon this round, I can take out the High Priestess and the Elementalist faction leader in 2 turns instead of 1 big attack, and that would have been, I think, a much smarter way to go for sure. So, Greg playing badly, as as happens on occasion. But this is fun. I mean, it's more fun than Nemo's War. I don't mind losing. I feel bad. I feel like a big whiny crybaby sometimes. Like, with some games that just really they trigger something in me that I'm like, ah. And Into the Heat, when it's good, it's real good. But when it's bad, when it's so punishing. And like, again, there's like Nemo's War, and I don't know if I said Into the Heat or Nemo's War, but yeah, Nemo's War and Too Many Bones are like the 2 games that live in this like liminal space of me like really loving a lot of what they do, but they have certain aspects that just grate on me so bad. I think you're gonna make it work, but alas, I don't know, man, because you have to. I don't know what the Alta Mages do to me that the Utham Swordsmen don't. Right? Other than the Coalfire Block 8, which is sick. So Coalfire Block 8 makes that math a lot better. But then I'm still at 21, and I don't know how to go up from there, because we have 5, 11 plus the 10 that I had there. It wasn't much more going on. So 21, I get rid of 5 levels. I still don't get another card. Yeah, man, I think I was just screwed. Unless well, another idea. I go there. I don't think I would have had enough, but if I could have gotten, I could have lost. But that scouts, that siege attack 4 was really important. If I could have gotten a black mana, that could have I think that if I get a black mana, that changes a lot of how that comes together. But I think with the current state, I just don't see it. Unless the sorcerers would have been. Again, I was looking at the sorcerers and I was thinking about it, but losing all resistances. But again, I just didn't have the mana, dude. Like, it was so gross. That was a big problem. I mean, and all along, I had these mines there and there, and I just never stopped. And I thought about, like, hey, maybe I should have stopped, but I again, I didn't have the turns. I mean, Krang just kept hitting reds and greens like it was his job, and the spell offer didn't give me much of a chance to diversify what he was throwing at me in those last 2 rounds. So I think somewhere between the offers not being great, me missing a couple of opportunities, and Crank going through his deck so fast, I mean, somewhere in there is the answer of where this went awry. So, Zach Lowe says it's still just wild to see you math it out. It's mesmerizing. It's one word for it. I appreciate that. Cool. Chris Douglas has 2 redacted messages. I'm sure it was important, sir, and I agree. I agree with whatever you said, or whatever you decided not to say. Okay. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm excited about coming back to this in 2 weeks. I really am. It's fun. It's fun to take these side excursions into, scenario and kind of hang there a little bit for me, and a little bit more to the stakes the next time around, right? But yeah, so I'm going to be playing my first playthrough of Nemesis tomorrow. Really digging that game. Do not think it's going to show off at its greatest true solo, but I'm going to start true solo with Nemesis on the channel for a couple of reasons. There's like some rules differences, and I just think it'll be a better introduction that way. But I do have some plans with Nemesis in the future: 2-handed playthroughs, Void Seeders, see what I could do with Aftermath. So I have, again, everything in the first Kickstarter except the Medic, everything with for the first game except the Medic expansion, which is an absurdly expensive expansion, and now on the secondary market. So I don't think I'm getting that anytime soon. So excited to explore that. I do not have Lockdown. They're releasing a 3rd Nemesis. We'll see. I don't know if I need more Nemesis in my life, but I really like the first game, so it's a good place to start. And then next week, and then Thursday, we're going to be doing a playthrough of Swords of the Coin, which is the second in the Set of Watch series. Again, that was a gift given to me by patron Joey, so I super appreciate that, and excited to get that featured. Next week, you can hopefully we'll get Dwellings of Eldervale on the channel next week, and we'll be back at Spirit Island, and then I'm going to probably do at least 2 more, maybe 3 more playthroughs next week. But starting to really break into some of the smaller box games I picked up in December, so excited to get through those. I'm learning Sky Tear Horde, which is a review copy sent to me by, I forget the name of the publisher. So that was a Kickstarter that recently fulfilled. I don't have the Kickstarter edition, but I have their base game retail version, and it's fine. It's great. It's missing like one hero faction and one enemy faction, but like there's a bunch of mix and match replayability and stuff like that. So I'm digging that. So yeah, lots of cool things to come up in the future weeks. I'll count it during my rewatch. I missed like 1.5 hours. Yeah, this was looking so good. I was feeling arrogant. I was feeling like, if I got this one, and then I got to this keep, and I mean, I should have just prepared for Crank to pull 2 reds, was what I should have done. But I was like, oh, I got plenty of turns. Because then if I had more turns, I do think I wiped that out. And I tried to wipe out that dragon. I did try to wipe out that dragon, and I didn't have it. So interesting, dude. And then I recruited instead. Right? Yeah, I recruited instead. The crazy thing is I didn't have the math for the dragon, but I think especially with Know Your Prey, I could have actually potentially moved there and moved here, but that's 7 movement. I think I had it. Oh man. Or I just take the attack from the dragon. The dragon goes back from whence it came, and then I get a Crypt Worm, but I didn't have the actions for this. But then I get a Crypt Worm and the Shadows, which are somehow a better combination than the friggin' Lightning Dragon. I don't know, man. I would have figured it out. But again, this would not have, Know Your Prey would not have worked against the Shadows. I don't know. Freaking Krang. He went so fast. There's motivation. Battle Frenzy would have been nice too. Make no mistake. Battle Frenzy is a really nice card that came out earlier. Puppet Master. I like Shrink Seals a lot. Anyway, so I'll be back tomorrow with the first playthrough of Nemesis on the channel. I still have no idea how I'm going to fit it all on my camera, but we're going to try. I know one of my patrons, David, was like, dude, you're never going to be able to feature it. It's too big. I'm like, I think I could do it. I mean, I did Anachrony, and Anachrony is massive. So, like, I feel like I can get it all to fit. I don't know. It's going to be fun to at least try to puzzle that out. So stay tuned. So join me tomorrow if you can. If not, I look forward to you joining me again in the near future because lots, again, good stuff coming out of Solo Playthroughs Land. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks to Sajid and Zach and Chris and Criminal Chili and everybody else, Slobodin and Brian and Chad and Dursu, Wild Inferno. What a cool and lively chat you all were. So I do appreciate that. I will be back. And until next time, happy gaming.
Son.